Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by
The Org Boss. The Org Boss is a residential and commercial organizing company that specializes in decluttering, interior design, inventory staging, business processing documentation, and more. Reach The Org Boss today at 832-617-0624 or send an email to info@theorgboss.com.
True Digital Media Consulting. You're online right now and so are your customers, but marketing has to be a consistent journey. True Digital Media Consulting can help with your online ads, organic growth, and so much more. Contact us today at 832-934-4436 or visit our website at truedigitalmediaconsulting.com.
Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
Yo, 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 what's going on, my peeps? And welcome to, that's right, Startup Masters, the platform designed just for you. So you don't have to skin up your knee like to the white meat, like where it hurts, like the ouch part of it. What's going on? I'm your girl, Kalia Guillory, also known as KG. You can follow me on the gram, the book, on LinkedIn at KOG Speaks. And for my YouTubers out there at KOG Speaks TV. And we are so glad you came to spend a little bit of your time with us today. If you're thinking about starting a business or you have a business and your ideas are running a bit stale or you're stuck in a creative jam, we've got the nuggets and the gas that'll get you out of that jam and propel you to level up in the 2018 G.
What up, though? So when you said nuggets and gas, I picked up on that. Nuggets and gas to get you out of that jam. I like that. I like that. I'm going to have to use that one time. Nuggets and gas to get you out of that jam. What's up, good people? Welcome back to another great episode of Startup Masters. I'm your co-host, Gary Lee, also known as G Hawkins. Now, of course, you can find me anywhere online. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snappity chatting at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. And we're here for greatness today. Am I right? We do this each and every week, but we're here for greatness today. Sometimes we find ourselves in positions where we need to grow, and we don't always know how to grow properly. We don't always have the turnkey solutions in place to take our hobby, becomes business.
Come on, revenue.
To that next level. Am I right?
You
Let the
so
church
bright.
say something, okay?
Hey,
You
man.
feel me? Let them
Hey,
say
man.
something. But today, are you loose? You loose right now? You feel good? You feel good and loose?
I'm limber.
So
Put me in, coach.
Guess what we're about to do?
Put this guest in,
we're about
coach.
to get this party rolling, okay? We are about to bust a move
Ooh.
with none other than the Maven herself, Miss Miara Shaw. Myra, what's up? How you feeling?
I'm excellent. You guys are good energy. I love this.
This is what we're about to do.
I
The
love
whole room that changed when the lights and cameras came on.
Exactly.
It's a whole
We
nother
were all
party.
mellow, and I was like,
We were
okay.
chilling.
Lights,
then.
camera,
I
action.
came in, I just was chilled out. and then we turned up.
There it is.
There it is. Okay,
Very
good people.
good.
You know what we do around here. We like to give you all that true journey of an entrepreneur. We like to go from that back to the future, hitting that DeLorean,
Come on,
88
DeLorean.
miles an hour, going back to the past from the beginning, the curation of things to where we're at today. And then, of course, Myra, where you're taking the people on that 5, 10, 20-year plan.
Got
You
it.
ready to take everybody?
Let's make it happen.
Let's get
Let's
this
go.
train
Yeah.
rolling.
Let's
So,
go.
Let's talk journey. Take us back in time when you said, you know what, corporate America? There's time for a Maven Business Academy. What was
Right.
going on in your life? Talk to us.
Really, for me, that started with my kids getting older. My husband has his hobby. He's a golfer, avid, really good golfer. And I started thinking, what am I going to do with my life?
Hold on. Is he golfing?
He gonna be
Right,
on.
he
He gonna
has
be
his
on the
thing.
course.
Avid. Okay.
And I play, but I had no desire to
Yeah.
play like that.
Yeah.
So I really started thinking, what do I want to do?
Mm-hmm.
And my passion is really helping women. So what I found was there was women on the left that needed a connection. I had women on the right that had the connection. So I just started putting happy hours together to connect them.
Nice.
do it.
I wasn't, no fee, no nothing. Like, look, you need to meet her. Y'all make it happen.
Hashtag marketplace.
Yes.
Come on.
You know,
That's it.
Hey, Amazon, eBay,
There it
big
is.
business model. I'm just
Come on,
saying.
Jeff.
I'm just saying.
Come on,
Keep
Jeff.
it going though.
So that started out as happy hours. We grew from that to workshops to full day conferences. And I was doing that when I still had a full-time corporate job. I was a trader in oil and gas for 27 years. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. So one of the things I tell entrepreneurs all the time, they say, I want to quit my job. I hate it. I don't like my boss.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cute.
You
Do
got
you
it.
have a plan? It takes money. It just takes money to get a business started.
Listen.
So the whole plan of I'm mad on Tuesday and I told them I quit, that's not a strategy.
You better go back.
Go get your job back. ASAP.
Ain't there a meme where you throw the stuff up? And
Right.
Wait a minute. This is
I'm just
Thursday.
playing. I'm just playing. Yes.
Psych.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it really became, how do we help women grow what they have? Because oftentimes we start a business, it was a hobby, something we were passionate about.
True.
We start growing and it turns into business transactions, but we never go back and get it right. So you have someone that has a business and it's on 2 wheels or maybe 3, they're really good, but they never get it all set up properly because, it started out with mama and them buying it, cousins.
Yep.
And now, you get a contract or you get a corporation that wants to hire you and you feel like, I don't really know what to do. And so we just throw stuff at the wall hoping it will work. But there's a better way.
There is a
There
better
is a
way.
better way.
There is a better way. And I want to give a shout out to those on Facebook Live. Jimmy, we see you. He say he's taking notes. Lashana's in the building
Yeah.
and Miss Grant's in the building. So let us know if you ever got any questions right now. Remember, we're only on live for the first 15 minutes or so. So drop your questions and we'll have Miara answer those things for you. So this is something that pegs a lot of entrepreneurs in the beginning.
Right.
It's those learning opportunities. And some people call them mistakes. We've kind of coined the term learning opportunities at this table because everything you go through in the beginning in that infancy is something that sows back into your business, especially over the long time.
Right.
Talk a little bit about some of those hurdles, some of those trials and tribulations, those learning opportunities you went through that kind of gave you insight and foresight.
One of the biggest obstacles was trusting everybody. Because everybody, especially with the age of social media, says they can do what they put on their page.
Right.
It's not quite accurate.
And it's not really all the time their
How it
own
works,
stuff.
Right.
Fake news. That's what that is.
Now that's accurate.
Come
on. Fake news. So that was one of the big obstacles, and you get frustrated.
Yeah.
Because you feel like, okay, I've put some money into this with this person and they didn't come through, or they said they could do this and they really can't. And so you find a lot of frustration with that, and you find people what I call surrendering their dream. They give up because they're like, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough support, I don't have enough time, all of those things. The other big obstacle that I kept hearing from women over and over, and that I experienced, was because you're building something from the ground up, you're really afraid to share that full concept with someone. And so you feel this pressure to figure it all out on your own. And that's when I say your learning opportunities go way up.
Okay.
And they don't have to. You're going to have some.
Sure.
But you don't have to stumble into every single pothole.
Right.
There's a way. And I think the more we learn that we have to invest in ourselves to grow our business, we can avoid a lot of the pitfalls that we see.
So many nuggets were just dropped in that breath. Like, I hope you have your digital tablet, your pen and pad, and you grab some of it.
You better do it.
Because what I caught was we got to, as entrepreneurs, we need to take a step back and ask the right questions.
Right.
And from that, I just had a conference call today. And some of my questions were, hey, this is great.
Right.
What's going to be my conversion rate?
Oh, man.
Have you already ventured out to someone in this category and can show me their booking rate?
Right.
Because the conversion rate and your book rate is totally different.
different things.
That's great. You're going to get somebody on my site.
Right.
but how many of these can result in business?
Measurement.
How do we talk a little bit more about the measurement piece of this?
And listen, that's one of the things we were just talking about. Some of the speakers for the conference I'm having in a couple weeks. We are going to be not just talking about technology, because you don't need to just jump on technology for the sake of it. How is it being converted? How are you able to measure that person came to your site or picked up your product and convert it to a client, convert it to dollars? Because every piece of technology is not for you.
Right.
You need to understand, if I can't measure this, no matter how sparkly and shiny the person trying to sell it says it is, if I can't measure it and understand my return on investment.
Come on, ROI.
My ROI ain't there.
I heard her drop it on the table. Facebook Livers, are y'all paying attention to this? Y'all are getting some great gems right now, just some pertinent information.
Yeah.
You got to understand conversion rates. You got to understand return on investment. You got to ask the right questions.
Right.
And more importantly, you've got to plan strategically.
Yeah.
You can't just walk out somewhere, throw your hands up, act like it's all good,
Right.
and turn a hobby into a business the next day.
Right.
It takes time, it takes perseverance, and most importantly, it takes those learning opportunities so you can build that insight. Because this is we're talking long term.
Yes,
Am I
right.
right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to the long term conversations. But before we do, let's talk to someone who handles organization at a global scale, and that's none other than the org boss. So, has the clutter in your home or office gotten out of hand? Are you sick and tired of spending way too much time trying to find the things you need on a daily basis? If so, give the org boss a call so that she can help you create organized, functional systems that match your personal lifestyle. The org boss is a residential and commercial organizing company that specializes in decluttering, home staging, interior design, space planning, inventory staging, and business process documentation for growing businesses looking to formally document their procedures. Call the org boss today at 832-617-0624 or send an email over to info@theorgboss.com. That's info@theorgboss.com. So, diving back into this thing, let's talk about today.
Okay.
Let's talk about the conference as a whole that's coming down the pipe real soon. Am I
Yes,
correct?
a couple of weeks.
As well as the Maven Business Academy as a whole.
Okay. One of the big things, I wanted to add this point to our last conversation,
Sure.
that for entrepreneurs that are just starting, be okay being a beginner. Everybody, they see people on social media and they think, I just want that success.
Right.
Listen, I started 7 years ago.
Come on.
7.
Come on.
No microwave.
Yeah, no, there's no popcorn, instant stuff.
Exactly.
No.
And I think people feel such pressure to be amazing from the jump. Listen, you are going to stumble and make some mistakes. What my brand looks like, feels like, all of that today is not how it looked like 7 years ago. It's not how it looked like 3 years ago.
Right.
It's a process.
It is.
It's the journey. And you got to be okay being a beginner.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Hashtag no microwave.
No microwave.
No microwave. It's all about the oven.
I'm with it.
No microwave. So the conference and where we're going with that. So we're going to be focusing on how to use technology to elevate and accelerate your growth. Why is that important? Because most entrepreneurs, that when they start out, for sure, don't have money to be able to hire a team of people. But technology affords us amazing ways to level the playing ground. You just got to know what it is. And that doesn't mean you have to be a techie, like you have to know how to code. I don't know how to code, nor do I want to.
Right.
I just want to know the tools and apps that help my business and use those pieces. That's it. I don't want to know really how it works. How does it work in my business? That's it.
I feel that.
And so long term, we've done things here in Houston. We want to go nationally and really to a global market.
Okay.
Because really helping women, my tagline for my business is we move women from stuck to execution.
Oh,
I like
nice.
that.
That's it.
Because a lot of people get stuck.
Yeah, they
you
do.
get stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And whether that's stuck in your business or your personal development or writing your book, whatever it is, that's what we do. Execution was the biggest skill set I had as a trader. I didn't have time to call mom and them, use the lifeline.
Hold on,
You
lifeline.
trading it or you not.
There it is.
You in or
That's
you
it.
out.
We buying, selling.
Yes.
We
We
short
ain't-
selling.
we
We
ain't
doing
trying.
something.
And this
Right.
is the thing
Come
I
on.
knew. Sometimes I was going to lose.
Yeah.
Every trade was not a winner.
Right.
But we
it.
get so stuck. We're waiting for this perfect alignment.
Ain't never a
we
perfect
want
window.
It's not going to happen.
It's something special in there. Let's unpack that a
Yes.
little bit more. And before we unpack that a little bit more,
Facebookers.
We love y'all.
We see you.
but it is time
We out.
to part ways.
We out, Facebook.
So we ask you that you go ahead and run over into our website, thesphere.tv, and subscribe to our show on all major platforms, including iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. And of course, review us. Show us some love. Our show in iTunes with constructive feedback. Share this Facebook Live post and the entire show with your family and friends. Donate a buck or two to our mission to bring enriched and inspiring content each and every single week. You can donate at www.thesphere.tv/donate. Go and run over there and do that now. If you want to see this content, we're here on volunteer basis. You want to continue to see it, go out and do it now. I saw a heart, so that means somebody loved it, so go and do it now.
Good deal, good people. All right, let's keep this party going past Facebook. So dive back in while we want to know more about the conference growing globally, as well as what Maven Business Academy is doing.
So Maven Business Academy has not just the live events we do, we also do coaching programs. So we have
Yeah.
programs for the startup entrepreneur, for the more experienced entrepreneur, and for someone that is what we're calling high achieving women.
Okay.
They're past the startup phase, but the peer connection, the support. What do I do at this level? Someone, I'm in the running for $8 million contract. What do I do?
Right.
So those are the different ways we want to support women. Personal development and business development. Again, startup phase is one track, and then those that are actually more experienced past the startup phase. So really growing women and continuing them to not just do it, in a very small way, but think bigger. Think bigger, and to do that, you've got to be connected to people that are bigger than you. That's not intimidation. That's smart.
Yep.
I had a business coach I hired for a year. He was ahead of me. That helped my trajectory and my acceleration a lot.
That's the secret.
Yes, it
right?
is.
I mean, and it's really not a secret. It's just that we have to
I
get
think
out
it's a
our
secret in
own
our
way.
community.
It is.
We're behind on that.
We are, because
Yeah.
if we really just sit at someone else's feet that has already been where we're attempting to go,
Right.
it will change. our
Acceleration will happen.
Hey.
It has to. Now, unless they're not worth any of their salt, but someone that's already ahead of you and that is in the right space. I tell people, if you're looking for a mentor, coach, advisor, whatever it is, make deposits into those relationships before you need to make a withdrawal. Don't just hit somebody and be like, I need you to do.
Right.
Get, if they have a book, buy it. Put some comments on their YouTube channel. Show them that you're following
Invested.
and loving them. So when you hit them up and say, hey, I have a question. Looks like you're great at this. Can I reach out? They've seen your name. You've
Yep.
helped them in a way. So the support with the network, mentor, advisor, whatever you want to call it, when you invest zero, you get the same return. When you make an investment, the way the principle works, you have to get a return.
That's
It's
how it works.
When you sow, you have to reap something.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You that's such good nuggets and gems in that. And I would love for you to dive a little bit deeper, because I feel like you mentioned something a little earlier about we've got to overcome within self. Because oftentimes what I found in my own journey is if I haven't gotten over my own insecurities, then I'm not going to be good in my business either. And it
Yeah.
sounds like you guys touch on that a little bit more, especially for women.
Yeah, I have a Maven quote that says, the work is not skippable. Now, my friends like, skippable is not a word. I know. That's why it's going to stick. The work is not skippable. And that really talks about the inside work. We cannot create greatness outside of us if the inside is raggedy. It just won't happen. We can try, But at some point, all of that is going to crash and burn.
Yep.
And why do that? So when I talk to women, fear is the biggest obstacle that they face because they have all the self-doubt. Well, what if this? Well, what if I put it out there and it fails? What if nobody buys it? Okay. Well, we're going to tweak it and fix it and do it again.
There it is.
Like you don't have to get caught up in perfection. I tell my clients all the time, perfection is off the table. What we can do is deliver excellence.
That's it.
You can deliver excellence at beginner phase, middle phase, expert. You can be excellent. But perfection, it's not even attainable. You're stressing yourself about something that is only, I tell people that say they're perfectionists, that's a way to keep you stuck where you are, because when you talk to people that really say they are perfectionists, they never almost release anything because it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. They don't release the book because they want to change 5 more words and change the color. Seriously, put the thing on the shelf.
It's complete.
It's complete.
It's complete. It's done.
And excellence is doing your best with what you have where you are.
Ooh,
That's it.
What a definition.
That's it.
in the 4 agreements.
Come on.
I think we talked about the 4 agreements a little bit, and that's what it is. As long as you do your best, everything else will take care
It
of
works
itself.
out. It works out. Yeah. So that, helping women really move past fear. It's funny. I had a lady hit me up on Facebook one day on chat, and she said, how did I move past fear? I said, who said I moved? This is a daily journey.
Yeah.
Like, I put my feet on the ground in the morning, fear shows up, and I have to tell myself, just like you should be telling yourself, we're going to conquer
got
this today.
this.
Right. There is no, you've moved past fear and it shall never show up again. Fear is smart.
Yeah.
It shows up at a new level. Like, okay, I didn't hold her back at level 3. Let me change the color, change the shape,
It's like
show
Tetris.
up new.
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
like,
It's come level 4.
Yes.
We're on.
Yes.
Here
And
it
it's
is.
constantly just reminding yourself that everything you need is already in you. You have to execute. You got to take the step. One thing I often say is we get stuck on, we're at step 3, and I'm looking at step 30. Well, I'm not ready. It's too much. Listen, do step 4.
For real.
That's what I have a quote that says your CPR, capable, prepared, and ready for the very next step.
Come on.
Just
Come
the next
on.
one.
You got it in there.
Yeah.
One step at a time.
One step. Yeah.
So let me ask. Let me dive deeper. Let's ask a question regarding you. You talked a lot about what's inside of you, but what are you doing? Because you got these quotes, you've got things. I'm hearing stuff from stuck to execution.
Right.
I'm hearing greatness. People are busting and move the BAM method. What are you doing to sew back into self so that you can then continue to pour into these growing entrepreneurs?
Couple of things that I always talk about that I feel are very important. I try to start every day with prayer and meditation.
Okay.
That just helps me get my mind where I need to be, because I have my agenda for the day.
Sure.
I need to do these things. But what if there's something else that needs to be done? What if I need to call somebody that wasn't on my list? I need to text somebody. I don't know that if I didn't spend time to think about it. So that, as well as physically taking care of myself. I invest in a health and wellness coach. She was just on the Facebook Live watching. I have to take care of me before I can take care of someone else. We oftentimes get that a little bit backwards, and we feel like we can keep pouring from empty glasses.
Such a myth.
It's just not going to happen.
Myth busted.
Yes, Mythbusters. Yeah, you have to take care of yourself first before you can take care of someone else. And me keeping that in front of myself, because as an entrepreneur, you get busy.
Yeah.
And if you don't set what I call the boundaries, everybody's not supposed to get a yes from you. I no for women sometimes is difficult. So I'm always talking about using your no guilt-free. You have to use it.
A guilt-free no.
Guilt-free.
Guilt-free
Because you
no.
can say no and then you stretch out on the couch for 2 days. All, worried about it.
Right.
Listen,
You got to get past
you
that.
got to get past that. Use your no and keep moving. The world's going to keep turning.
It sure is. It's not
Because
gonna
that
stop.
wasn't for you.
It's no such a thing as a missed opportunity.
No.
And if it's for us, it's going to be
It's for
there
us.
if we say yes or no.
Right. You're going to be okay.
We myth busting today here. We myth busting today. But before we continue this journey, let's make a little stop here for one of our new sponsors, and that's the good people over at True Digital Media Consulting. So you're online right now, and so are your customers. The question is, how do you actively reach each and every one of them? Marketing has to be a constant journey and consistent, but we're here to walk you every step of the way. True Digital Media Consulting can help with your website development, online advertising, your business reputation, and organic growth via search engines. Give them a call today to discuss a customized strategy for your business at area code 832-934-4436, or send them an email over to info@truedigitalmediaconsulting.com. Mention a Sphere to receive a free 30-minute strategy consultation. So shout out to True Digital. Make sure if y'all working on a business, if you're thinking marketing, you're trying to figure out how to get those online ads moving, reach out to True Digital.
We got to keep this creativity space flowing, though.
We do.
Because I feel like we
It's
got a little bit
popping.
more unpacking to do with Miara.
Go ahead. Let me sit back. Let me sit back.
So we talked about those things that you're doing to sew back into self, but how are you protecting your creative space? You've got people tugging at you on social media, in real life,
Right.
socially, virtually. How are you making sure that I am operating in my optimum creative space every single day so I can be who I can be for the Academy?
For me, really, when I get into creative mode, when I get in my office, I turn off my phone. It's on Do Not Disturb. I just set that time aside, because what happens if we don't do that, it's like you're going 50 miles an hour in a car and then you slam on brakes. So you're in this creative space, you have a flow, a text comes through. So you stop, you take care of that, and your brain is
Interruptions.
like, go, stop. So creatively, I try to block time off for that. Once I'm in that space, I try to hang out there. And I'm really good at compartmentalizing. So Monday, administrative day. I don't try to do all of that every day, because I need to actually be doing things that bring in income. So I often say to entrepreneurs, if that's not a direct line to income, maybe that's not what you should be working on. So if you have a hard time managing your email, maybe that's something you can get a virtual assistant to help you with. Because if it's not a direct line to income, why are you spending time on it? So really, for me, compartmentalizing and trying to stay the day that I need to be doing administrative tasks, that's what I try to focus on. When I'm in a creative space, stay in that space by blocking out a lot of the just normal distractions that happen. Now, the whole social media thing,
The hustle.
Listen,
Man.
listen.
Social media
Hustle,
man.
Have you cracked the code on that?
I have
'Cause I got my
hustle and flow.
I got my pad ready.
Listen, this is what I have. I was just talking about this with someone this week. So there's a lot of social media platforms, but for me, toward the end of last year, I took some time to dig into where are my customers or potential clients that convert from followers to clients.
Yep.
If I'm on a platform where I'm not converting people, I don't really need to be there.
Right.
I mean, that's just
That's simple.
See ya.
I just don't need to be there. I will post a message, say, come follow me over here.
On Snappity Chat.
Right.
That's the last one.
I'm on Instagram and
And I'm out.
LinkedIn. But, we have to get from under the pressure of social media thinking we have to be everywhere and be all things to all people. Everyone's not my client. Again, another Maven quote. I am not for everyone, and everyone is not for me.
you. Come on.
Woo.
I'm okay with that. So really, social media, man, you got to be careful, because a couple of my clients, when they start with me, I have them do a time log for 3 days. And I want to know all the time you spend on different things. And people often say, I only spend on about an hour on social media.
You think?
But when you track it,
Right.
4 hours, 5 hours a day, and your time just gets sucked up. And again, if you're a person that uses social media a lot and you're getting a lot of conversion, do
All
you?
means.
But if you just on looking at people's shoes and purses, listen,
Suffering.
you gotta cut that
Your
down.
business is suffering.
It's suffering.
You gotta cut it down.
It's correlated to your bottom line.
Yes,
Come on.
yes.
Direct quote
Yes.
at that.
So social media by far, I would say, is the biggest time killer of people. So, there are scheduling programs. You can schedule some things, and you just gotta put some of it on autopilot and just step away from it. And no, there is no one that was coming for you as a client on social media and you took 6 hours to do some work. If they leave before you can get back, it wasn't for you.
Right.
It's okay. It's just so much pressure to, be social and live stream everything and tweet everything and snap. Listen, get me when I'm working. That other time,
Right.
I'm going to kind of be off.
Right.
And that's my balance. I call it a balanced rhythm. You cannot stay on 10 all day, every day, and be good to yourself.
Right.
It just can't happen. So it's like the they're creating more ways for us to put ourselves out there for other people. And you need some of that. You need some of it as your audience. But you don't need all of it. And you definitely don't need all of it all day.
Right.
I see some people live stream 10 times a day. How are you making money? What are you doing? Is that in your business plan?
Well,
Come on.
I mean,
Convert.
if it's converting, keep streaming.
right.
But if you just, killing time
Yeah.
streaming,
That
are
inbox
you
ain't
are
popping.
you filling out some proposals? Are you seeking customers that are looking for you and just hadn't found you? Man, that's what you can do with free time.
I love it.
Yeah, I love
I
it.
love the flow. So we're along this journey right now, right?
Yes.
We've talked about the past, the curation, the creation of what you've built. We've talked about where it's at today and how many people you're literally touching and blessing and really sowing into. And of course, how you've sown into yourself to keep this thing afloat. But let's talk about tomorrow.
Okay.
Beyond tomorrow, 5, 10, 20 years. Let's talk about 2050. What's going on tomorrow with Maven Business Academy that's not happening today?
This is where advisors, peers come into play.
Okay.
Because if I have to look at my 5 or 10 year plan alone, I'm going to look at it really small.
Narrow.
Because it's scary.
Yep.
Because I don't know what that looks like or feels like. Or will it really work? Will it not? So when you're connecting to people that are ahead of you and you come give them, a really small pie, they're going to say, it's the size of this table. And you got to go for it. So that keeps stretching you and pushing you. So for me, again, that looks like a global brand. The coaching and teaching that I do in the U.S. and in Houston, I want to do that in other countries. There are women around the world, right?
More women than men.
More women
Sure
than
is.
men. And really that is what, I believe some people are born with the 1 gallon purpose. Some people are born with a 10. I believe I have a 10. I believe I have the capacity for a 10. And that's not for everybody, and that's okay. I often tell women, don't feel like because you have a 1 gallon, that is not important. If your purpose is to take the seniors in your neighborhood to the doctor, do what you were born to do. I've got to be obedient to the call that I have for what I need to do.
Sure.
So really for me, that really looks like a global brand. And I'm always thinking of creative ways, new ways to do things and reach women. For example, this year we're going to do a quarterly event called Sexy Nerds.
Talk about, I like the title.
That's dope.
Come on.
And
That's
it's
dope.
because when
Sexy
you think of the
nerds.
word nerd, you think uncool,
she ain't sexy.
she not nice. Like,
Yeah.
I need to know how to do all these technical things. But that was what we kicked off last Saturday with Apple. It was a sexy nerd event. And those are really hands-on workshops. So you don't know how to do an email funnel. You don't know why that's important to build your email list. At the Sexy Nerd workshops, we're going to be showing you step by step how to get that stuff off the ground and going. The critical components. Critical components. So things like that, innovative thinking with how technology allows us to do that. That's what the future looks like for me.
You've mentioned quite a few apps and technology that's helping.
Right.
Can just for our viewers' sake, can you kind of share maybe your top 3 go-to apps
Yeah.
that help you with systems or that you have on rinse and repeat to keep you to be even more operating as efficient and effective as possible?
Yeah. So one of the main tools that I use is called Acuity. It's a scheduling system. So, you think about it. If someone wants to have a consult with you and you're Facebook chatting them and y'all are going back and forth for 30 minutes about what date, what time. No, Acuity scheduling connects to your calendar. You send them the link. They see what time you have open. You can set parameters. They click the link, it books it, puts it on your calendar, on their calendar, sends them a reminder. I don't have to touch that. Again, if a person is doing a free consult with me, I don't need to be involved with them for an hour to get the appointment set.
Right.
I just need you to do that. Here's the link. So acuity scheduling is a big one.
How you spell that?
ACUITY.
See, I was about to spell it myself because
Yeah.
I'm familiar.
Yes.
Like, wait a minute.
Love that one. Another one that I use every day is called Evernote. And it really is a online system to keep projects organized. So, I mean, just the different programs I've talked to you guys about and the different clients that I have, I can set those up basically by project. So when I'm talking to client A, I just go to her project and I know everything that I need for that. So it's an organizational tool. The other big one that I would say I use is Dropbox.
Okay.
Because all of my clients don't live in Houston. So if we're sharing documents, you know, how hard is that to keep track of things in email when you have 15, you know, pieces in one email? If I put it in Dropbox, the document, they can review it, put comments. It's easy breezy.
Love it.
Yeah.
Evernote,
I love efficiency.
Dropbox, and Acuity.
Yes.
And you can use most of them from your iPhone or your
All of them.
smartphone, right? Yeah.
All of them.
Which will lead you and free you up to have more time doing the
Absolutely.
things that work for you.
Right.
Outsourcing apps. You know something else that can be outsourced?
Talk about it.
Advertising.
Hey, now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by our good folks at The Sphere. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every single time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv.
There it is. There it is. So, one final question for you, Myra.
All right.
You ready?
You ready?
Yes.
All right. All right.
Feel like I need to use a lifeline. He said it so.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But let's take Acuity
Okay.
and all its glory off the table.
Okay.
Let's delete all the notes in Evernote. Let's empty the space from Dropbox.
Okay.
Let's roll back these virtual conferences that's been built and everything that's coming down the pipe, the beautiful website that we've displayed earlier. Let's take back all the conversations and meetings and system building and people building, all the relationship currency that you've built over the last 7 years that you've been doing this. And let's take you all the way back to square one.
Okay.
We'll leave you with the memory and we'll slide you a little seed money.
Okay.
How would you rebuild the Maven Business Academy today in a better way, shape, form, and fashion than you did it the first time around?
For me, I would go more to technology earlier. We start out with what we know.
Yep.
You know, live events are a lot of work. They are a big expense.
Tell us about it.
Yes. So, you know, if I had to look back at it, I probably would have started out using technology more versus the live space, because it just takes up so much time, energy, money, all of that. And technology over the last, 10 years, but definitely the last 5 has, leaps and bounds. It's moving so fast that one of the reasons I'm focusing on that with especially women of color is we are not in the loop with that. We're doing things the more traditional way, and we're getting left behind. We're going to get left behind. So for me, I would have jumped on the technology thing much, much earlier. And the game saved myself a lot of time, money, got some more sleep,
We all could use all that.
Okay.
all of that.
Resources.
Yeah.
I feel
So I
that.
would have jumped on the technology piece earlier.
I believe you are the first person at this table in 51 episodes to say hopping into technology sooner would have been more beneficial for them. And not that we don't all use it in
Right.
some way, shape, or form, but it's good to hear someone say early adoption would have sewn back into you for those
Right.
resources that you diminish so fast.
Right.
The money, the sleep, the time, the effort, the learning curve for doing
The
other
learning
things.
curve, yeah,
Come
for
on.
sure.
Technology. My dear,
Yes.
Miss Miara Shar, while you are over there busting a move, we
Bam.
would like to officially, at this table, coin you a startup master. Please
yes.
let everybody who's watching us right now, sitting on their couch, they're listening to us in traffic right now, let them know where they can reach you in anything and everything that you have going on.
Okay, so you can find me on all the social platforms at Miara Shaw. That's Miara Shaw. My website, same thing. I made it easy. MyraShaw.com. The conference that I'm hosting is on January 27th here in Houston. It's going to be at the Bell Tower, and we are going to be focusing on how do you use technology to elevate and accelerate your growth. We called it Believe It, Build It, and BAM It.
Yeah.
And you can find that on the website as well under the events tab.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it. Thank you so much.
My
for
joy,
blessing
absolutely.
us today at this table. KG, where can the good people reach you at?
Good people, you can reach me on LinkedIn, on the gram, on Facebook at KOG Speaks. And for my YouTubers out there, subscribe at KOG Speaks TV. What about you, G?
There it is. Of course, you can reach me anywhere online, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. You can check me out on SoundCloud if you want to hear what I like to listen to that keeps me in my creative space. Everywhere and anywhere at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with a Z. And of course, if you have any questions about what we've discussed here at this table on Startup Masters, shoot us an email, startupmasters@thesphere.tv, or across social media at the Sphere TV. Use the hashtag Startup Masters. This has been another great episode. We will see you all next time.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace.